minutes, what I'm going to do is talk to you just about the simple reasons to invest abroad and also not the reasons to invest abroad, because it's also important to highlight the reasons not to do this. And if I have some time, or I'll do this in the Q&A, I'll also talk to you about 2-3 basic themes that you should think about when investing abroad. Now, I think there are actually 3 very simple reasons to invest abroad. If you forget everything else in this, just remember this. One is there are access to companies that are not present in India. You just get access to companies that are not available in India. The second is diversification. Not all markets perform at all points in time. And the third is the impact of the Indian rupee. So let's talk about all 3 of them. Everybody knows that some of the reason that we are all sitting here today is technology. Companies like Apple, companies like Zoom. I don't need to tell you that the last year has been possible because of a lot of technology companies. And it's not just technology. It's also many, many brands that we, our next generation of kids, consume, etc., etc. A lot of these companies are just not available in India. And it is a function of the fact that India is still an emerging market. So in the Indian context, if you look at technology, for instance, we have Infi and Wipro, etc., etc. But these are largely IT services companies. You don't have disruptive innovation happening. Similarly, if you look at healthcare today, in India, you largely have generics. You don't really have the disruptive biotech research. So by investing abroad, you have access to the world's best companies. And that's a very core reason to invest abroad. And do know that this is just a chart of billion-dollar companies in the world. And I know this is a week when India has just appeared with a lot of unicorns, but the number of billion-dollar companies in the world is just getting bigger and bigger. So access to these ideas is a very good way, is a very good reason to invest abroad. The second reason to invest abroad, and I know there are lots of colors on a Saturday morning on a chart like this, is diversification. Now, usually this map is published in India by Mint, and it has different asset classes. It has gold, and it has equity, and it has debt. And the point of this map when it's published in India is kabhi gold acha karta hai, kabhi debt acha karta hai, kabhi equity acha karta hai. No single asset class does well at all times. We've probably all seen this map when we are pitched asset allocation. Well, I'm showing you the same map for countries and telling you that same rule applies for countries. This just shows you the performance of different world markets every year. And you'll see there are years like 2017 when China was the best performing market in the world, and years like 2012 when India was the best performing market in the world. And by the way, on a 10-year basis, the US has been the best performing market in the world. The short answer is that not one market performs well at all times. In fact, in 2019, India was one of the worst performing markets in the world. And this has nothing to do with me being less patriotic. So just having multiple markets in your portfolio is extremely important from a diversification point of view. And there's a lovely myth that we have that when one market does badly, all markets do badly. We actually looked, if you look at the relationship between the US market and the India market, and I'm just picking the US as a common proxy, the correlation between the India market and the US market since 1990 is only 0.07, because they are actually very different markets. In fact, I find it very funny when people do all these India-US comparisons when it comes to advisors, passive funds. They are completely different markets at completely different stages of evolution. So the biggest reason to invest abroad is that you're getting a different kind of market and you're getting an uncorrelated market. It plays a role, not exactly that debt plays in your portfolio, but a similar value of diversification is brought by international funds. And I think the third reason to do this is a hard fact. The Indian rupee depreciates at 4% a year. And given we are an emerging market country with high level of interest rates, it is expected to continue depreciating. You have a lot of assets sitting in India. Chances are your clients will have international expense requirements. Many people want to send their kids abroad for a foreign education. When I went to Wharton, the US education cost about $40,000 a year. And I think the Indian rupee was 40 or 50. Today, that education costs $60,000 a year, and that rupee is 75. So not only has the education gone up by 50%, but the currency cost has gone up by a lot. So any asset sitting in India is naturally losing money at 4% a year. And if you are to have expenses abroad, which all of us will in this global world, international funds will provide you a hedge because of the dollar investment. So these, in my mind, are sort of the core reasons to invest in international.
Right now, and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.